You are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this video, we shall be discussing the wassce 2018 English Language Objective Paper. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. Lexis and structure. Section I. In each of the following sentences, there is a word underlined and one gap. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the word that is most nearly opposite in meaning to the underlined word, and that will at the same time correctly fill the gap in the sentence. Question 1. The wilting plants were dashed by the recent rains. A. Destroyed. B. Cleared. C. Revived. D. Drowned. The correct answer to this question is C. The wilting plants were revived by the recent rains. Question 2. The tranquility of the rural areas contrasts with the dash in the cities. A. Pollution. B. Panic. C. Unease. D. Noise. The correct answer to this question is D. The tranquility of the rural areas contrasts with the noise in the cities. Question 3. The greedy man took advantage of the woman's dash. A. Naivety. B. Generosity. C. Calmness. D. Vulnerability. The correct answer to this question is B. The greedy man took advantage of the woman's generosity. Question 4. While the children were agitated by the news, their parents were dashed. A. Indifferent. B. Happy. C. Composed. D. Satisfied. The correct answer to this question is C. While the children were agitated by the news, their parents were composed. Question 5. There will not be any food shortage after the dash harvest. A. Vast. B. Satisfactory. C. Bumper. D. Average. The correct answer to this question is C. There will not be any more food shortage after the bumper harvest. Question 6. Do not scatter the books on the table. Dash them neatly on the shelves. A. Pack. B. Keep. C. Arrange. D. Mount. The correct answer to this question is A. Do not scatter the books on the table. Pack them neatly on the shelves. Question 7. The manager will lay off the experienced staff and dash new ones. A. Promote. B. Accept. C. Recommend. D. Engage. The correct answer to this question is D. The manager will lay off the experienced staff and engage the new ones. Question 8. The chief executive officer is strict with his staff, while his deputy is dash. A. Cooperative. B. Nice. C. Lax. D. Sympathetic. The correct answer to this question is D. The chief executive is strict with his staff, while the deputy is sympathetic. Do not indulge in this malpractice anymore. Dash from it. A. Withdraw from it. B. Depart from it. C. Resist from it. D. Abstain from it. The correct answer to this question is D. Do not indulge in this malpractice anymore. Abstain from it. Question 10. Rather than dash the issues, his comment confused the audience the more. A. Resolve. B. Clarify. C. Clear. D. Solve. The correct answer to this question is B. Rather than clarify the issues, his comments confuse the audience the more. Section II. From the words lettered A to D, choose the one that best completes each of the following sentences. Question 11. Abel's mother dashed her for being rude. A. Abel's mother angered her for being rude. B. Abel's mother rebuked her for being rude. C. Abel's mother incriminated her for being rude. D. Abel's mother abused her for being rude. The correct answer to this question is B. Abel's mother rebuked her for being rude. Question 12. Every year, the armed forces dash thousands of persons into the army. A. The armed forces enlist thousands of people into the army. B. The armed forces hires thousands of people into the army. C. The armed forces admits thousands of people into the army. D. The armed forces admits thousands of people into the army. The correct answer to this question is A. Every year, the armed forces enlist thousands of people into the army. Question 13. The pastor always preaches sermons that will win more dash. A. That will win more activists. B. That will win more adherents. C. That will win more converts. D. That will win more convicts. The correct answer to this question is C. The pastor always preaches sermons that will win more converts. Question 14. The children dashed their laughter when they saw the look on their father's face. A. The children constrained their laughter. B. The children subjugated their laughter. C. The children censored their laughter. D. The children suppressed their laughter. The correct answer to this question is D. The children suppressed their laughter when they saw the look on their father's face. Question 15. Lions are dash eaters. A. Lions are vivacious eaters. B. Lions are veracious eaters. C. Lions are veracious eaters. D. Lions are voluminous eaters. The correct answer to this question is B. Lions are voracious eaters. Question 16. A dash housewife never cooks more food than is needed. A. A frugal housewife. B. A fruitful housewife. C. A grudging housewife. D. A greedy housewife. The correct answer to this question is A. A frugal housewife never cooks more food than is needed. Question 17. After eating for the 10th time, those boys finally dash. A. Gave off. B. Gave up. C. Rounded up. D. Rounded off. The correct answer to this question is B. After eating for the 10th time, those boys finally gave up. Question 18. Dash his inefficiency. He was a successful businessman. A. But for his inefficiency. B. Except for his inefficiency. C. Contrary to his inefficiency. D. In spite of his inefficiency. The correct answer to this question is D. In spite of his inefficiency, he was a successful businessman. Question 19. There are certain dash between the two accounts of the incident. A. There are certain diversities. B. There are certain distortions. C. There are certain discrepancies. D. There are certain discriminations. The correct answer to this question is C. There are certain discrepancies between the two accounts of the incident. Question 20. His natural modesty always inclined him to dash his own achievements. A. To play down his own achievements. B. To play back his own achievements. C. To play up his own achievements. D. To play on his own achievements. The correct answer to this question is C. His natural modesty always inclined him to play up his own achievements. Section III. Choose from the alternatives lettered A to D the one which is nearest in meaning to the underlined word or expressions in each sentence. Question 21. The aftermath of the disaster is still with us. A. Cause. B. Result. C. Climax. D. Conclusion. The correct answer to this question is B. The result of the disaster is still with us. Question 22. Mabel's statement corroborated the evidence before the judge. A. Explain the evidence before the judge. B. Supported the evidence before the judge. C. Corroborated the evidence before the judge. C. Contradicted the evidence before the judge. The correct answer to this question is B. Mabel's statement supported the evidence before the judge. Question 23. He found the proposal distasteful. A. Unappealing. B. Tasteless. C. Disagreeable. D. Discouraging. The correct answer to this question is A. He found the proposal unappealing. Question 24. They refused to divulge their plans. A. Tell. B. Reveal. C. Denounce. D. Voice. The correct answer to this question is B. They refused to reveal their plans. Question 25. The police officers are relentless in their efforts to maintain peace. A. Inhumane. B. Untiring. C. Answering. D. Merciless. The correct answer to this question is B. The police officers are untiring in their efforts to maintain peace. Question 26. The opinion expressed by the panelists was quite controversial. A. Debatable. B. Serious. C. Important. D. Superficial. The correct answer to this question is A. The opinion expressed by the panelists was quite debatable. Question 27. The landlord had to eject the tenants from his house. A. Expel. B. Debar. C. Remove. D. Evict. The correct answer to this question is A. The landlord had to expel the tenant from his house. Question 28. Selma is a good girl. She's not one of the incorrigible ones. A. Stubborn. B. Hard. C. Wild. D. Incredulous. The correct answer to this question is A. Selma is a good girl. She's not one of the stubborn ones. Question 29. The students felt dejected when their favorite teacher was transferred. A. Rejected. B. Disappointed. C. Frustrated. D. Suppressed. The correct answer to this question is B. The students felt disappointed when their favorite teacher was transferred. Question 30. Hermits are not interested in secular matters. A. Physical matters. B. Trivial matters. C. Worldly matters. D. Religious matters. The correct answer to this question is C. Hermits are not interested in worldly matters. Section IV. For each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretations of all or parts of the sentence is given. Choose the interpretation you consider most appropriate for each sentence. Question 31. The traders are cashing in on the increased number of buyers to prices. This means that A. The traders brought along a lot of cash. B. The traders have more cash to import goods. C. The traders are taking advantage of the numerous buyers. D. The traders have become very rich. The correct answer to this question is C. The traders are cashing in on the increased number of buyers to prices. This means that the traders are taking advantage of the numerous buyers. Question 32. Although Jones had no leadership abilities, he refused to play second fiddle in the group. This means Jones A. saw himself as a leader. B. was made a leader. C. took a subordinate position. D. cooperated with others. The correct answer to this question is B. Although Jones had no leadership abilities, he refused to play the second fiddle in the group. This means Jones was made the leader. Question 33. Koku's father's colleagues always recognize him because he is a chip of the old block. This means that Koku is A. not like his father. B. an image of his father. C. older than they thought. D. cooperated with others. The correct answer to this question is B. Koku's father's colleagues always recognize him because he is a chip of the old block. This means that Koku is an image of his father. Question 34. Ajua Akoto was admonished to paddle her own canoe. This means that Ajua Akoto should A. be in charge of the business. B. place her interests first. C. manage her own affairs. D. be more serious with life. The correct answer to this question is C. Ajuarakoto was admonished to paddle her own canoe. This means that Ajuarakoto should manage her own affairs. Question 35. The opportunity slipped through my fingers. This means that I A. Did not make use of it. B. Preferred another option. C. Expected something better. D. Wanted to be more careful. The correct answer to this question is A. The opportunity slipped through my fingers. This means that I did not make use of it. Question 36. I did all I could to amuse him, but he kept a straight face. This means that he A. was not convinced. B. Remained adamant. C. Refused to laugh. D. Did not listen. The correct answer to this question is C. I did all I could to amuse him, but he kept a straight face. This means that he refused to laugh. Question 37. Who to lead the group became our bone of contention. This means A. There was a quarrel. B. There was no consensus. C. There was a postponement. D. There was no appointment. The correct answer to this question is B. Who to lead a group became our bone of contention. This means there was no concessions. Question 38. The new salary increases were across the board. This means that the increases A. were very impressive. B. affected some workers. C. were approved by the board. D. affected all workers. The correct answer to this question is D. The new salary increases were across the board. This means that the increases affected all workers. Question 39. The auctioneer sold a jeep for a song. This means that the jeep A. was sold at high price. B. did not attract many bidders. C. was sold very cheaply. D. was sold off very quickly. The correct answer to this question is C. The auctioneer sold the jeep for a song. This means that the jeep was sold very cheaply. Question 40. Nee Anker's limousine has seen better days. This means that Nee Anker's car A. has been refurbished. B. is now old. C. used to break down. D. has served him well. The correct answer to this question is A. has been refurbished. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.